Hello, this is Thomas Boy, and I'm ranking Season 10. Let's start with Follow That Flower. Follow That Flower is an okay episode, not my favorite. So, um, I like the Thomas and James rivalry stories though. B+. A Smooth Ride is my is a good, well, not my favorite, well, good episode. It's a good episode. I like Sir Handel's return. I had this episode on one of my DVDs, and it was great to see Sir Handel back, and a reason for his absence. And I like his change of personality. A plus. Thomas the Jet Plane is another average episode. Jeremy is my least favorite newbie character. Not much to say about this episode, although it's okay. C plus. Cursing the Funfair is also diverting to downgrade. It's okay. C plus. I like the return of the Chinese dragon. The Green Controller is another okay episode that I like. It's just not perfect, but okay. I thought James's Bumblebee livery was comedically hilarious. But it's just to sell toys. B no wait, C plus. Moving on. Talking Drops a Clanger is a good talking episode. Uh yeah, if I have a nitpick, hearing a bell is so annoying. Anyway, a good talking episode. Interesting title. A plus. Thomas and the Tricky Tree is another okay episode, but not one of my favorites. Although I like the inclusion of the narrow gauge engines, and the wharf is really good. Not to mention, not to necessarily mention Fall That Flowers, the exposure of the new wharf set. Anyway, C plus. Toby's Afternoon Off is not my favorite Toby episode this season. It's just, the story is boring and bland. Too many, just, you know, just boring. D plus. It's good to be going to another good episode, but Henry doesn't need special call anymore. I say that Henry told Tom he would need a special call to make him feel special. Anyway, good episode, A plus. Seeing the Sights is another good episode, in my opinion anyway. But Thomas is a little bit impatient, is a little bit justified, but just okay. C plus. I like the inclusion of Birdie, and he has moving eyes. Fearless Freddie is one of my favorite episodes of season 10 overall. Fearless Freddie is my favorite hitter newbie that was introduced this season. My problem with this episode is how Scarlo and Renas are written. But I like the history, besides that, I like the history of Freddie. That he's a character that came from the Minnesota Railway, so yeah, that's why he would know Sir Handel, but not Scarlo and Renas. A plus. Toby's new show is boring and bland, but sweet. It's just okay. C plus. Nothing much to say. Edward Strikes Out is another okay episode, but just boring. It's dragging. I don't like Edward's rudeness, and if I talked about that, we'd be here all day. Also, I like Rocky. He's pretty cool. Cool crane design, too. Anyway, C plus, moving on. Topped Off Thomas is the worst Thomas episode of season 10. Thomas is an idiot, believing the wind is alive. Spencer doesn't do anything. and the story is just boring. Although F F plus. Although I like Thomas's unused outrage face in one of the scenes when he's talking to Spencer. And the autumn sets are really pretty. Which Way Now is so underrated, but it's a good episode. Nothing much to say about the story, really. B plus. Thomas and the Shooting Star is a sweet episode with a beautiful ending. It's a good Thomas episode. A plus. Big Strong Henry is another good episode that deserves a lot more love. I like Henry's crash. Michael Brandon's moans and groans for Henry is so good here. Oh, and not to mention Michael Brandon was good. Delivery line for Rocky when he says go get him Edward is pretty good. A plus here for Big Strong Henry too. Sneaky Toffee Thomas is okay. It's average. It's bland. Another Three Strikes Formula episode. Just okay. C plus. Nothing much to say. Wharf and Peace is another worst episode of this season. Scarloey is completely out of character, but I love the Wharf set. And Scarloey confronting the trucks is really good character. But still, F plus. Thomas's Frosty friend is even worse. How did Thomas not know that Snowman was a snowman balloon the whole time? Whatever. I don't even want to talk about this episode. F plus. Emily and the Special Coaches is another good episode. Emily and Diesel are really good in this episode. Nothing much to say. B plus. Thomas and the Colors is another average and nice episode. I like the flags on James. B plus. Thomas and the Birthday Mail is another good episode that has good potential. Rosie is a really good female character, and I prefer her over Emily any day. And, she's just pretty. Not much to say, but this gets an A plus, thumbs up. Duncan's Bluff is another good episode. Duncan and James having a good rivalry story here is so interesting. And A plus. Missing Trucks is an okay episode. I like how Reneas is doing a good thing for Scarloey. Pretty nice and all, nothing much to say, but B plus. Thomas and the Treasure is a good episode. Pretty good. Another favorite Thomas episode of mine. I like the ending. Of the treasure chest with golds and jewels. And I like the Admiral too. First exposure of him. A plus. James the Second Best is another good episode of mine. Oh, and it's funny how James just crashes into Edward's poster. It was funny. A plus. Thomas and Scarloey's Big Day Out is another great episode to end. It's the finale episode, a good finale episode to end the season overall. Nothing much to say. It's a 3 strikes, yeah. Still okay. And I like how they use Scarloey's small gauge model solely for this episode. This gets a B plus. Well, that was it. All the episodes of Season 10. And I'll see you next time for my Season 11 ranking video. And this is Thomas Boy, signing off until then.